Okay, so this video might be slightly different than my other ones, but I wanted to try doing sort of like, I guess an art challenge where I want to try and draw a warrior cat, but in Roblox. So I'm on this little game where you can draw. People can also donate to you when you draw, but that's not something I'm going to be focusing on this video or anything. If you hear any weird noises in the background, that is my cat playing in a box. She's having the time of her life. So, unfortunately, we're just gonna have to have that. But I wanted to draw Bluestar for this video. So, half of this video is filmed on mobile, and then half of it's filmed on computer. So, we'll have this weird, like... sometimes it's just weird looking. As you can see the little, like, joystick thingy going up and down. I do change the colors, like, a lot when doing this, and I don't know, I just have fun with it. Whenever I'm doing this on mobile, I do just kind of have it, like, time skip a few times because it was really hard to just, like, screen record on my phone, so instead of screen recording the entire thing, I just did bits and pieces to make it a little bit more visually interesting and also easier on my poor phone storage. So I decided I wanted to draw Bluestar because she's one of my favorite cats. Fun fact about me, and I've mentioned this billions of times, but I have only read the first arc of Warrior Cats, despite being a Warrior Cat themed YouTuber. So my favorites are pretty limited to the first arc. My two favorite cats, though, are Bluestar and Yellowfang, and so I thought it'd be fun to try and draw Bluestar. I had this idea of drawing, like, kind of a close-up of, like, her eye, and the shape gets changed quite a bit, multiple times, but the overall idea stays relatively the same, because there's definitely anatomy issues, like, at the beginning, but it gets fixed, so it's not the biggest deal. Or rather, it gets mostly fixed. I almost wish I would have sketched, like, part of this outside of Roblox, just so I could understand her, like, face anatomy that I'm trying to go for here a little bit better. Because it looks a little jank until I start fixing the eye, and even when I'm fixing the eye, I feel like it just looks a little jank. I do think the end product got there, though. And it will look a lot more patched up, to say the least. I do try and come in here and detail the eye more, but I'm very back and forth on what I actually like, how it looks. There's a lot of undo, redo, change color, change brush shape, undo, redo. Eventually I just kind of have this, like, XO and line pattern thing going on, and I think it looks cool. But then I come in here and I try and, like, blend out some of the fur to make it look a little more, like, together, so it's, a little less obviously, like, cel-shaded, and try and make the drawing look a little less flat. Unfortunately, it takes me a minute to, like, find the colors I like, but whenever I do find them, I feel like it helps make the piece look a lot smoother. There's a point in this video where I almost completely redo the lighting, so don't get too attached to how this looks. But, you know, I think it still looks neat. At this point, I kind of come in and have a little break from Bluestar, and instead end up drawing a little axolotl. I started drawing it on my phone, but I am on my computer now at this point. So, I know it looks like I'm drawing with my mouse whenever we're looking at this part, but it is actually a drawing tablet. But the drawing tablet's, like, really laggy for whatever reason, so almost every time I have to draw something, it has this weird, like, stutter, so I have to, like, undo stuff and then redo it a lot, and the color picker also, like, acts slightly weirder, and it's... I don't know. I had a harder time on the computer than I did my phone, but I'm finishing this up on my computer just because I feel like I'm more, like, I don't know, comfortable drawing on my computer. It's a weird mix of where I feel like this game is both easier and harder on my phone. Regardless, I'm coming in and doing that sort of blending type thing as well on this one. And this was kind of just like a short break for me, so I didn't get burnt out of Bluestar, and I needed to like back away from her and draw something else so I don't get crazy, like, overwhelmed and start seeing problems that aren't there. There were also just parts of the Bluestar drawing that I was unhappy with and wasn't really sure how to fix yet, and so I just wanted to take a step back. Anyways, I hope you liked that really fast axolotl break, and let's get back to Bluestar. So, coming back to Bluestar, I kind of realized at this point that I'm, like, wanting to do something different with the shading. But I'm not too confident about it. So I make, like, a version 2 of this save so that I can just go absolutely crazy and try my best to completely make the shading completely different. As you can see, I'm not super sure what colors I want to go for yet, so I just kind of go back and forth until I find colors that I feel like match what I'm going for. I'm wanting to completely redo the shading and have like a very dark color for the fur, but then have a very like glowy eye. At this point, I'm just absolutely coloring it in, trying to get completely different colors. Right now I'm just working on the flats, so don't mind that it looks like she has a weird face mask on. The colors will 100% be fixed and reshaded, but first I want to figure out what base colors I want to go with. So at this point I'm not super confident about like the shading I've got going on, but I am trying to sort of fix it and blend it all together to make it look like the eye is glowing. If you notice any random weird white streaks pop up, that is not my drawing, that's just something the Roblox game does sometimes. It's really weird. Yeah, and the white streaks are like getting really in the way and it's making really hard to draw. But I am trying so hard to fight through them. But unfortunately when I tried to like refresh it or like reload it and stuff, it just never wanted to fix. But it looks perfectly fine up on the wall. So that's where I ended up leaving it today, just because I didn't really want to fight with it anymore. It just kind of stopped wanting to work for me. And I kind of just decided that's okay, and that's where it's going to be left off at. I think it'd be really fun to draw more Warrior Cat stuff in Roblox, but I'd have to figure out what I'd want to draw and all that junk. I have some ideas, but you know, I'll figure that out another day. If you guys did like it though, leave me a comment, just so I know. And if you have any other ideas similar to drawing like this, I would love to hear it, because I really think it's fun to try and incorporate my art with my channel, because art is a very important part of my life, and it's what inspires me the most. So I would absolutely love to do more art mixed with Warrior Cats.